This is Washington Times front page for Wednesday, November 26, 2025. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Ukraine has agreed to the core terms of a U.S.-backed peace deal to end its war with Russia, but a final agreement still appears distant. Details of the discussions between U.S. and Ukrainian delegations have not been revealed publicly, Ben Wolfgang and Von Cockayne report. Both sides acknowledge that significant changes were made to the initial 28-point Trump administration peace plan during recent U.S.-Ukraine talks in Switzerland. That initial plan generated backlash in the U.S. and across Europe among critics who said it was far too deferential to Russia and would all but guarantee further Russian military aggression against its neighbors. President Trump struck an optimistic tone, seemingly designed to put public pressure on Russia by signaling that a deal was close and that it was up to Vladimir Putin and that it was up to Russian President Vladimir Putin to take the next steps toward peace. Congressional Republicans are considering tax-exempt health savings accounts as their preferred vehicle to deliver on President Trump's call to send health care subsidies directly to consumers. Lindsay McPherson reports lawmakers are wrestling over the best approach to providing government aid to Americans struggling with high health care costs as a pandemic expansion of Affordable Care Act premium subsidies is set to expire at the end of the year. Republicans say providing aid to consumers through HSAs will give them more flexibility over their health care choices than the enhanced subsidies, which are tax credits mostly paid in advance to insurance companies to lower what Obamacare customers pay out of pocket. Democrats counter that HSAs are used predominantly by wealthier families and won't do enough to help lower-income families afford health insurance. They note HSA funds can't be spent on premiums and have annual contribution limits that are insufficient to cover major health care expenses. The Pentagon is reportedly considering ending more than a century of military support for Scouting America. Mike Glenn reports a draft memo to Congress from Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth claims the organization has promoted in recent years a diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda at the expense of merit-based policies. The military has supported the organization for more than 100 years. If the proposal is implemented, the Pentagon will suspend medical and logistical support to the organization's National Jamboree, which attracts as many as 20,000 scouts to the Summit Bechtel Reserve in West Virginia. The Texas-based organization rebranded in February. It dropped Boy Scouts of America in favor of Scouting America. Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt tells our Alex Swoyer the Senate will likely hold hearings to investigate the Biden administration's pursuit of President Trump and other Republicans stemming from the aftermath of the 2020 presidential election. The Republican said special counsel Jack Smith tried to weaponize the federal justice system to try and send Trump to prison before the 2024 election. He said Smith will eventually be called as a witness in the hearings. Schmitt predicted the Senate Judiciary Committee, of which he is a member, will hold public hearings toward the effort. And finally, a viral website has taken emails released by the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee regarding convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and turned them into a cloned Gmail account. Mary Bell reports Gmail is the brainchild of Luke Eigel and Riley Walls, a co-founder of the artificial intelligence video editing tool Kino AI and a serial website creator, respectively. Gmail was designed to resemble a clone of Epstein's Gmail, but with a touch of flair. The emails, which span the decade from 2009 to 2019, include Quora Digest documents and messages with names redacted. Emails can be searched by keywords, or a dice icon takes the viewer to a random page of emails. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.
Ever notice how ads always pop up at the worst moments? When the killer's identity is about to be revealed. During that perfect meditation flow. On Amazon Music, we believe in keeping you in the moment. That's why we've got millions of ad-free podcast episodes, so you can stay completely immersed in every story, every reveal, every breath. Download the Amazon Music app and start listening to your favorite podcasts ad-free, included with Prime.